Oh, check. Welcome back to the N.y.a show. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm headed into hump day by the time this video drops. So shout out to everybody if we make it through midday through the week. Everything on the weekend went well. I swear I had a good weekend, kicked it, did everything that I needed to do, maneuver throughout the day. I hit one of my friends. I went to like a wine night. I went and did that. Then I went to a nightclub. It was really cool this past weekend. I think that everything went just as smooth as it could after the week that I had. So I hope everybody else's week was good also. And then I wasn't super satisfied. I got lazy syndrome with the last show. I didn't cut up everything like I was supposed to. I didn't do a lot of stuff that I was supposed to do with my last couple of my last ones from last week. But it's all good. We back to be even better this week, as we go straight into the first story of the night. Well, of course, how a mother is balancing life and the pursuit of dreams. An interview with Ashley Breyonna M. Thomas by Ajay Tambe here on Spotify. The link will be below, as well as literally is No Pressure, episode 154 with Peace_Peace. The E's are threes in that name on all platforms. And I want to go straight into this story about prison transport officer pleads guilty to R-wording pretrial detainees in New Mexico. Marquetjohnson, 44. Guess we don't have to play. Guess what race he is? We don't have to play with this one. Faces a maximum penalty of 30 years in prison after he R-worded two women and forced another to perform oral sex in 2019. Let me get the sound queued up so that we can hear what they have to say about this story.
Reported from jail to jail all over the country. NBC affiliates in Denver and Minneapolis discovered a dark side to what can happen on those cross-country trips by under-regulated transport companies.
There's no more vulnerable custodial situation than this. There's, nobody else watching. They are mobile. It's a terrifying thing to think about being in that situation. There was just no.
That is super weird, because what type of background checks do they actually run on people who are responsible for taking people? I guess because they feel like they're prisoners or somebody that's been accused of the crime. Who cares how good we background check Buddy and not even knowing that they some straight pervs, dog.
Nobody for her to turn to.
Marquetjohnson was working as a transport guard for Inmate Services Corporation in 2019. Attorney Lauraives says he picked up her client, we'll refer to her by her initials TP, in Santa Fe, bound for Delta County Detention Facility in Colorado. But at a rest stop near MDC in Albuquerque, TP says Johnson raped her, threatening her with his gun.
These companies, they are underregulated. They aren't even meeting the bare minimum standards that we set for jails. And it's never like a punishment or reasonable for a human being to be raped because they are accused of a crime.
Monday, Johnson pled guilty in federal court, but TP was just one of close to a dozen other victims who told federal investigators similar stories. 6 women reported their rape after TP's.
And that's why it's important. That's why it's important too when they say something, because that one thing got said, all those other cases rolled out. It was like, because you start feeling like, so this happened too. It happened in most of these cases. Let that one person go out there and speak on you. And if you did some dirt, it's going to come out at that point. Everybody's going to snowball in at that moment if there's something out there for them to get on you about.
Identify 11 rape victims from one man. He just worked there a year. He was doing this all the time.
The plea sets a sentencing range of 27 to 30 years in prison, but it also means Johnson will not face additional charges for those other victims. Still, Lauraives says it's a win.
They will not have the charges be in their name, but it certainly, the 27 to 30 years contemplates that he is a serial rapist.
But she says this case is an indication of a much bigger problem, one that needs even more attention and regulation than ever before.
In my estimation, these companies just shouldn't exist. This should be the work of the government and actual government actors who are held responsible.
Brittany Costello, KOB4.
And the unfortunate part, you see, and the unfortunate part is that everybody acts as their own too. Everybody acts as their own too. So you got this dude that they may have done background checks on, but they didn't know the dude was gonna turn out to be a whole creep weirdo. He wasn't even there that long. Buddy wasn't even there really over a year, and he had all these victims. So that I will put that out there in regards to how well they were able to, like, how was he able to make it through the system like that? These kind of different situations do happen. They may, I don't know, Buddy looked like he had enough drip and hat and all that on that he got enough sense to not do what he's doing, but they may have tried to hit him with the, oh, he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know that he was taking boot. He grew up. He didn't have all that mess, man. But I do want to know what you guys think about this story. I hope that everybody gets justice, that they get who they can sue the pants off of whoever was in charge, because that, like the lady said in the story, this type of situation should be overseen by the government. It should not be outsourced and with these faulty background checks to no kind of dudes like that. That's like when the wrong person get a gun, they like, yo, he was working a federal security job. Nobody checked his background and he carrying a gun. Is those type of situations there. But you guys, let me know what you think about this story. Like I said, we don't have to guess. Yeah, well, I know y'all heard about that story too, about the dude with the whole, she was, the dude in the office. I'll have to put that on the screen. But let me know what y'all think about this story right now. Prison transport officer pleads guilty to R-word and pretrial detainees in New Mexico. This is not what Marquetjohnson 44 was supposed to be doing, and now he'll have to pay for that for the next the next dub. It's the N.y.a show. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story. I appreciate y'all per usual, and I'll be back with another show next time.